Hello, my name is Michał Piotrkowicz and I am a fencer and a melee weapon expert. And now we are going to talk over the sword positions. Gohon Kamae, like this. The tip of the sword is pointing to the eyes of the enemy. So the foreshortening is so effective that the enemy sees only the tsuba and the tip of the sword, like a saki. This is incorrect, here. The point is to make it difficult to guess the length of the sword. Yaidoshi, fencing position. The front leg is bent, so I can't see my toes. The second leg is aimed at 3/4 forwards, or completely forwards. The chest is pointing forwards. Arms are bent. Between the sword and the belly button, there should be a space for 2 fists. Okay? So it should look like this. Width of the position? Regular, like in the majority of the martial arts. Hip width or shoulder width? Length? A bit shorter than in karate, in Zenkutsu Dachi position. The front leg is strongly bent. Left leg should be naturally straight, so in practice, it's actually also slightly bent. And it looks like a karate motodachi position. As you can see, width 2 or 3 feet, not more. This is a standard position. You can also stand with the other leg in front, like this. The next position is a lower position, Gohon Kamae. The tip of the sword is at knee high. There is also a right and left variant of this position. It's used for leading out the deflections, for provoking head-aimed attacks, and also when the enemy is already cut and he is lying, and we are not certain whether he is alive or dead. We can take this position, because, just in case, I can quickly finish him off with a single move. Okay, Gohon Kamae. Upper position. It looks like that. And now, the sword should be at 45-degree angle. The distance between the forehead and the sword should be about 2 fists. My elbows are bent, so I can see what's in front of me, no matter whether I cut straight or oblique, or at whichever side. The starting position stays the same, so I won't signalize where I'm cutting. During the movement, I lead the sword and cut. This is not a fighting position. It is used just as a swing. In a fight, it's rarely used because it reveals wrists. Okay? This is more common fighting position. Waki Kamae. Like this, sword by the hip, same leg position. Tip of the sword, no, I'm sorry. Cutting edge. Cutting edge is pointing downwards, towards the floor. And as I cut from this position, I cut with the edge. If the sword is pointing aside, I'll strike with the side of the blade. Okay, it looks like that. The blade is also at slight angle. Loosely, arms are bent. That's also a temporary position. That means it's used to perform a kiriage cut, an upward cut. It can be used to provoke leg or head attacks. And then I can counterattack, and so on and so on. But as a normal fighting position, it's rarely even used. On the other side, with the right leg in front, it looks like that. I loosen the grip on the left hand, I keep the blade with the cutting edge pointing downwards. Those two fingers must grasp the suka. The rest of the fingers are just touching it. During the movement, I tighten the grip. Like this, okay? I don't change hands, and I don't fully let them go either. The chest is still 3/4 turned, or in front to the opponent, but usually with Wakikamae it is 3/4. And it looks like that. Last position, Hassukamae. The sword is pointing forwards with the blade. The tsuba is at the ear high. The sword should be in front of the opponent. The feet position is changing from a leg in front to a letter L position, the renojidachi position. And the sword is close to the chest. This is a very good position for shortcuts. Or as a start for fluent succeeding cuts. It can be used as a fighting position. This is very effective against a left-handed person. On the other side, it looks very similar. You should notice that the sword is at about a 45-degree angle, more or less. It's not vertical, it's like that. It's important not to stand with an elbow exposed, because it's an easy target. If I don't have an armor, a yoroi, I shouldn't stand with my arm like this, okay? Here. And those were basic sword positions.